evening and warm welcome to all for the webinar of Student Chapter TMA Thrissur Management Association. Once again, warm welcome to all. Today's webinar topic: realize your goals through dreams and dreams to reality. And we are privileged and honored to have the presence of a young entrepreneur and successful entrepreneur, none other than our beloved engineer Christo George, Chairman and Managing Director of Hycon India Private Limited and past President of TMA. May I request everyone to mute the sound. During the address by our chief guest, you will have lost lot of questions. Please type your questions in the chat box or raise your hand in the bottom side of your screen, and we will take up your questions during the question answer session. Now, may I request CA Shaji PJ, Student Chapter Convener of Thrissur Management Association, to welcome the gathering, and I request CA PJ Shaji to briefly introduce our chief guest, Engineer Christo George. Or to CA PJ Shaji, please.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Respected President of TMA, CSCL Sony, today's chief guest and speaker, Engineer Christo George, past President of TMA and Chairman and CEO of Hycon India Limited, Secretary Sijo Pannur, and other officer bearers of TMA, committee members and members of TMA, teachers, principals, and students from various management schools, both student chapters as well as other colleges, professionals, members of other institutions within and outside India. A warm welcome to you all. Today we are having the third webinar consecutively for the third week. Every Wednesday we are having a seminar of this type for the students chapters. And all the other two webinars which we had in the last 2 weeks were well accepted by the student chapters as well as our TMA members, and also professionals and other group from outside India. These two, I think they will accept it very well, because we are having a, as our president told, very young and dynamic, vibrant engineer and entrepreneur, Engineer Christo, who is a motivational talk speaker. And today he will be speaking on dream your goals. I think this is a very subject, very good. There will be the student chapters will, all the students will accept it, because they are all dreaming their career. So that too from an entrepreneur who dreamt and proved his aptitude to be an entrepreneur at the age of 10 when he was in the school. And he will share his experience, his life experience, how he became an entrepreneur of this size. So I'm not prolonging much on this. I'm welcoming you once again, all the participants, to this webinar, and I'll give a short introduction of the speaker, a formal introduction of the speaker. Engineer Christo George is the Chairman and Managing Director of Hycon India Limited, and he took his graduation from VLB Janaki Ammal College of Engineering, Coimbatore, in electronics and electrical, As I said, he's an entrepreneur. He started the business from the scratch. He started the business with five persons 27 years ago as Hycon Electronic Systems by manufacturing power electronic products like UPS inverters and servo stabilizers, and diversified into IT-enabled services, solar, thermal, domestic and industrial solar water heaters, solar PV, solar off-grid PCUs, solar chargers, and in 2017, Icon started manufacturing lithium ferrophosphates (LFP) battery packs for electric vehicles and solar applications. At present, Cyclone have 4 manufacturing units and a state-of-art RD, which is DISR approved. At present, he is having 450 plus employees and 4 units, 5 manufacturing companies. In 2015, he joined with the Elite group of companies and started a joint venture of Solgen Engineers Private Limited, an EPC company doing manufacturing and marketing of solar PV products like solar PV plants. I think in April, he started manufacturing solar electric autos, and is going to be launched, I think. That is not here, but we have heard that I think because of the COVID, he has postponed the inauguration, I think. During his entrepreneur journey, Christo and his company has been bestowed with a lot of awards and recognition both from government as well as other institutions. A few of them are National Award in 1997 from Honorable Vice President of India, the Rashtriya Ratna Award for Outstanding Individual Achievements in Service, the Kamal Patra Award for Outstanding Achievements in Business, National Productivity Council Award for Achievements as an SSI unit, Kerala State Productivity Award for Service Industry, Best Entrepreneur Award 2006 DCMS Unit of Calicut. These are the few awards he got during this 27 years. He has got a very long entrepreneurial life and a very good experience to share with the students as well as our TMI members. And he is happily married to Catherine George, Director of Icon India Limited, and have 2 children, George Christo and Thomas Christo. This is a few of his achievements and with these few words, I introduce our speaker of the day, Engineer Christo George, past president of TMA, to this webinar. Welcome, Engineer Christo George.
Thank you, Shaji.
Okay.
Thank you, PJ Shaji, convener student chapter, for excellent words of welcome and introduction of our chief guest. Once again, warm welcome to all to the webinar of the student chapter of the Thrissur Management Association. Realize your goals through dreams and dreams into reality. Beloved Chief Guest, Engineer Christo George, CMD, Icon India, past presidents of TMA, members of TMA, and beloved students. I am so happy to see student chapter of TMA is doing a lot of programs through virtual mode. And today we are going to listen to the excellent topic, which is useful for everyone. Realize your goals through dreams and dream to reality. The speaker is none other than the person who turned his dreams into reality, none other than Engineer Christo George. I am so happy to hear the Engineer Christo George. While you study, you will have a lot of dreams and goals. See, something like you may be chasing too many rabbits rather than concentrating one rabbit. Ultimately, what happened? Since you are chasing too many rabbits, you are not able to catch any rabbits. Here we have an exceptional personality who dream and achieve his goals. Now entrepreneurship or entrepreneurs have become the new heroes of the world. And people like Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs have become household names. What is more, entrepreneur skills and qualities are highly valued in today's labor market. Creating entrepreneurship among the students is one of the core focus area of Engineer Christopher George. For this, Engineer Christopher George generously supporting the TMA by way of sponsoring the prize money of 1 lakh rupee for business plan contest. Every year, TMA is conducting this business plan contest in association with Icon Group. This year, we have already shortlisted the team for finals, and very soon we will conduct the finals of the business plan contest. So, why I mentioned this, because there's a passion of the Engineer Christopher George to create entrepreneurship among the students. That's why we choose this particular topic. Thank you very much, Engineer Christopher George, joining with us today. And I'm sure this session will be very fruitful, not only the students, but also every member who is attending this program. With this, I wish you a very fruitful session. Thank you very much. Or to Christopher George.
Yes, thank you, Sony. Respected President of TMA, Vibrant CL Sony, and my friend, and the Secretary Sijo, Student Chapter Convener Mr. Shaji, respected TMA members and my friends, all students who are present here, very good evening to all of you. I know that we are going through a very difficult time and nobody knows. Everybody is talking about the new normal. And I think that this new normal is not a normal at all, because every day things are changing. And we don't know when it is going to and what is going to happen in the near future. But we should understand one thing is that this kind of calamity or the virus attack has happened 100 years back. And mankind has survived all this World War as well as this virus attack earlier also. So I'm very sure that we will also overcome in the near future. But one thing we should understand is that when there is an uncertainty right now, most of the students, not only the students, whether it is industrialists, whether it is universities or institutions, everybody is having a fear in mind. What is going to happen? When we are in a fearful situation, our output will come down. So first we have to think very positively. In every situation, there is an opportunity in front of us. So the fear has to go out from our mind. For that, we should understand what is fear. When we face uncertainty, what is going to happen next? When we don't know what's going to happen next, fear is created. But fear is genetic. It is very important in our life. We need fear. Otherwise, when we face a tiger or when a dog comes to bite us, this fear makes us to run faster. It will pump adrenaline in our blood and our muscles will get more strong to take a faster step. So fear is genetic, nothing wrong with it. But the thing is that we should have a control on fear. Instead of fear controlling us, we should have a control on fear. Because of this fear, many of the industrialists and many of the entrepreneurs, many of the students don't take bold step now. So what is fear? We should realize that if you have a fear of falling down, many of you know how to cycle or you learned cycling at a very young age. But if you have a fear of falling down, you can never learn cycling. If you have a fear of gulping water, you cannot jump into a pool to learn swimming. What we have to do, we overcome that fear and jump into the pool and learn swimming. We overcome the fear of falling down and climb up on the cycle and ride the cycle and learn how to cycling. So the difference is that we should understand how to overcome this fear. There is one other segment of people. If you look at the people who are going for river rafting, mountaineering, They also face uncertainty in every step. They don't know what's going to happen next. In any moment, they can fall down. There, they don't look at it as a fear. Even they are facing uncertainty in every step, they don't take it as a fear. What they take it? They take it as adventure. When a fear can be transformed into an adventure, when you have a calculated risk and face the reality and you accept it. Okay, I don't know what's going to happen. I know that is the reality. Once you accept, it is no more a fear. It becomes an adventure in life. So this is an adventurous journey as a students you have to take up because we don't know what's going to happen. Once we have a calculated risk and understand the reality and accept it, okay, whatever is going to happen, I will face it. Then it becomes an adventure. You have to go and face the life and take up an adventure journey from here. It may take 2 months or 3 months or 5 months to overcome, or maybe 1 year to overcome the corona. And the job market is getting very difficult because the job opportunity is coming down. These are all reality. You accept it. Once you accept it, that is no more a fear. Now, how to face it? For that, we have to look at how people are becoming success in their life. So we'll go to the next slide and understand how all of you sitting here want to become success. That's why we are learning. That's why we joined the MBA programs. We take up many other programs. We want to become success in life. So, Sonic, can you go for the next slide? Who is handling this slide now, Sony? Sony, can you go for this slide? Who is handling the slide?
Sony itself.
So can we go for the next slide? So first, all of you sitting here want to become success. The question is how one can become success in their life. So this slide is here showing how one can become success in life. Second slide. So the easiest thing to become success in life is to understand how others become success in their life. It is easy to follow something already done. If your mom is making a wonderful coffee, can you make it? I'm sure you can also make it. If you take it as a process of making coffee and measure every process in detail, in minute, and if you repeat that process, you will get the same result. So if your mom can make a wonderful coffee, you can also learn to make a wonderful coffee if you copy it. Like the same way, if you copy a successful person, exactly what he does, what he thinks, you can also become a successful person. But the difficult thing is what a person does, we can see from outside. But what he thinks inside is very difficult to understand. So for that, we'll go to the next slide to understand how are people becoming success. So if you look at successful people, there was a survey conducted. Okay, before that, that is copying successful people is the easiest thing. Go to the next slide. Right now in India, there's a huge potential and opportunity for each one of us. This kind of opportunity never happened in India in the last 150 years. So you are in the right place at the right time, and that is India. The thing is that if you look at the world economy, India is growing and is going to be one of the biggest economy in the world, no doubt about it. Everybody knows that. And the whole world is looking at India now, even with coronavirus, Indian share market is going up. The economy is also going up. And this is a great opportunity for India. When we say great opportunity for India, it means the opportunity is for Indians, and that is for young Indians. The reason is that India is going to be the manufacturing hub in the near future. When we say that, it may take 1 or 2 or 3 years, but it should be going to be manufacturing hub. When we talk about a manufacturing hub, we are talking about a 50 crore skilled manpower requirement. So don't worry about whether I'll get a job after my studies in 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year. After 3 years, the situation will be totally different. So first, let us think positively and take it up in a positive tone. So the reason is that 70% of the Indians are young. If you look out all the developed countries, it is the opposite. 70% of them are old. So India is having a productive age too. So India is going to be manufacturing hub, no doubt about it. Next slide. Can we move forward this slide, please?
This one?
Next, fifth slide.
Okay. 1 minute. 1 minute, Krishna.
Yeah. So the thing is that to understand successful people, we have to understand how people are becoming success. For that, they conducted a survey how people are becoming success in their life. So out of 100 successful people, under successful people in the state of Kerala has been taken, and from the survey it understood that 80% of the successful people have not completed a degree in their life. So what it means, how they are becoming success, their education is to become success. 80% of your thoughts per day has to be positive. And there are then lot of positive things will come into your life. So the thing is that, are you having a positive attitude? The thing is, to become a positive attitude personality, the simple thing, a simple tool, what you have in hand, use it freely. Use beautiful smile at every time when you meet somebody. Because many people don't know how to smile. That is the biggest problem. They smile inside sometimes. Smile will not come from outside. But you try to smile forcefully, that will trigger your thoughts. So next time, if you don't completed your assignment and you are going to face your teacher, there's a fear inside. When there's a fear, you cannot smile. Instead of that, if you practice a powerful smile and go inside the teacher's room and face him, give a beautiful smile. In whatever mood he is, his mood will change. Because a confident person can only smile positively. If you are very confident, only you can smile. Otherwise, when you smile, it won't look confident. The other person can understand it's a fake smile. So first you have to have confidence. When you have confidence and smile beautifully, the other person sitting there will get a confidence in you, and whatever mood he is, he'll change. So learning to smile is a very important. Nobody is teaching us when to smile, how to smile, where to smile. Nobody is teaching. We learn this skill from a young age, from our parents, then from our relatives, then from our society. But the time when we grow and grow more and learn more, our ego develop more than what we think, then we stop smiling. If you go to a police station, all of them are very serious. Local police station. If you go to the higher level, to SP, DSP level, they are becoming more friendly and more smiling, you can see. So smile is a very strong and positive tool. Your life can change with your smile. When you are think about you're getting a call from your friend or from a family member who is around 200, 300, 500 kilometers away. From the first hello, whether can you make out whether that person is in good mood or bad mood? Yes, we can identify. From the just hearing hello, we can make out the other person sitting the other area, whether he is in good mood or bad mood. Many times you may experience it when you call to your family members or your friends, you can hear that. So think about you yourself going to an interview room, facing an interview. They are not only seeing your voice, They're saying your face and their body language. So if you are in a bad mood, the other person also get that fearful state. So it is very important that you have to give a pleasant smile. So smile is a powerful tool which create a positive attitude. There was a studies conducted in a new generation showrooms, like gold ornament showrooms. All the girls and boys were asked to do business with a smiling face. Think that your customers are your close friends and they are your relatives. And whole team was interacting with the customers very happily, very smiling face, and the business has grown more than 20 to 30%. The same girls and boys who are into sales in the showrooms were asked not to smile and do business. When they stop smiling and start doing the business, the sales drop more than 50%. You can understand the power of smile. So this is create a very positive attitude. So you have to learn to smile, not the way the air hostess smile when we enter the aircraft. They make artificial smiles. This is not what I am talking about. I'm talking about the smile has to come from your heart, and all your 100 plus muscles on your face will make this smile very beautiful. So learn to smile. You can go to the mirror and try to learn. The thing is that what you think will reflect in your face. If you think bad things, it will reflect in your face. Vice versa, whatever your thought is there, if you give a powerful smile, that thoughts will change in whatever mood you are. When you completely make yourself in a smiley mode, repeatedly laugh and smile, the thoughts will change. So smile is a very important tool. One should go through it. So we have told about thoughts. So what is this thoughts? Your destiny is created by your thoughts. That is all religious book, whether it is Quran, whether it is the Bible, whether it is Bhagavad Gita, they all talk about the same. What you think, you attract. Your destiny is created through your thoughts. Why all these religious books says like that? It is called a law of attraction. What you think, you attract in life. Earlier it was told it's a religious book, it's a faith. Now technology has grown. What is a thought? Thought is not just something inside your head. It's an electromagnetic wave. When we talk about electromagnetic wave, it will have a frequency. So our each thought, we earlier talked about 30 to 40,000 thoughts. Each thought is an electromagnetic wave, and electromagnetic wave will transmit. So this thought is not only remaining in our head, we are transmitting as a FM transmitter to the entire universe. Each thought. So it's having a frequency, and if it is a negative thoughts, it's having a frequency. If it is a positive thoughts, it's having a different frequency. And this frequency can be measured now. We can understand like a cardiac graph. We can understand a person, what kind of thought he is going through. Tomorrow, the technology may advance and we'll have a receiver, and we can understand or tune to a frequency of your thoughts and can hear what you think. No doubt about it, because the technology advanced in a way that you can put an implant on your body, and when you enter into a house, you can think, let the lights switch on. This thought will interact with the implant in your body and wirelessly transmit to your server, and it will switch on the lights in your room. So instead of physically switching on, you have to think only switch on. That technology is already in place. So your thought is not just inside your brain, it can be transmitting. That is very important. So the law of attraction says that what you think, you attract in your life. That is what all the religious book says. Your destiny is created on your thoughts. So many times people think what they don't want in life. Instead of thinking what they want in life, many people, 70% of the people think what they don't. If you want money, you have to think good about money. But most of the time, when we want money, but most of the situation we don't have money, we always think about the situation where we don't have money. What it says, when we think and imagine about the situation where we are not having money, the same situation will come in our life repeatedly. So if you want money, when you touch money, you have to think good about money. When you think good about money, money will come into your life. So next time somebody is asking a small amount, even if you're giving a beggar a small 1 rupee or 2 rupee, the moment you touch money, feel happiness and pay that beggar. So every time you touch money or think money, you should be happy. But many times when a neighbor buys a BMW or Mercedes Benz, we feel bad. When we look around, many people are very rich, we feel bad. What you are doing? What is our thoughts? He is having money, he made through some crooked way, he made money. That is our thought process. And we, instead of appreciating it, we feel bad because I am not rich. What you are doing really, you are thinking what you don't want in life. You want to become rich. If you want to become rich, you have to think how to become rich and be happy seeing people who are rich. Seeing the people who are rich is very important in life because if you want to become rich, what you think you attract. This is not a religious thing. It's not a only faith. There are so many experiments happen now. There are experiments why a thief was being caught. His theft was a red color Honda bike. So the study says that a question was asked to him, why you take this bike? Because there were 100 bikes in that row. From that, he chose it's not one of the best bike. It was an old bike also. So as a research program, he was asked, why you choose this thread? He told he doesn't know. The reason may be the person most of the time what we do, when we put a car or a bike for a parking space, are we thinking positive or are we thinking negative? Most of the time we think somebody will take my bike or somebody will take my car. We make sure that it is 2 times locked and make sure that nobody is going to take it. What we are thinking? We are thinking negative. Actually, what we can think that your vehicle is safe. That is positive. When you think that your vehicle is safe, then it is safe. But instead of when you think, my vehicle will be taken by somebody or a thief will take it away, you are thinking about a theft. And this thought, you are transmitting to the infinite world. And one thing is this, electromagnetic waves will sync. When your frequency and another frequency is same frequency waveforms will sync. That is what we learned from young age in our schools and colleges. Tuning fork experiment. If one tuning fork is triggered in a room with many other tuning forks, the same frequency tuning fork, if anything is there in that room, it will start vibrating. That means it will get synced because the same frequency tuning fork will get synced. Similarly, our thought will have a frequency. And this same frequency, whatever is there, it will sync and it will attract in our life. So when we think about theft, and a thief is going through that road, thinking about taking a bike, his frequency and our frequency will match. So he'll get attracted to that bike and bike can go. So many times, next time when you go out from your house, instead of looking whether somebody will come into my house, think about my house is safe. If you're going to office, many times people look at watch and say, I will be late. What you are thinking? You are thinking negative. Instead of that, if you think that I will reach on right time, that is positive. The whole world will make sure that you reach there on right time. You can take a simple experiment from here. If you're going from here to Cochin, think that, visualize yourself inside your head. You are reaching coaching without any hurdles. And thank God for making an opportunity to reach there without any red lights. And feel happy about that situation before starting from home. When the moment you reach to the red light, it will turn green. Because the whole world makes sure that what you think you attract in your life. It's a very simple experiment. Another one you can look at it is many times when you start from your home, when you reach Thrissur round, there is no parking space. What you can do, before starting from home, visualize what you want in life. When I reach there, I want a parking space. Visualize for a few seconds. When I reach there, I'm getting a parking space. I am happy for that. I thank God for that and feel happiness. So that's a thought. That thought you are sending to the infinite world. Many times, 95% of the time, you go there, you'll get a parking space. I tried that myself. At least by the time you reach there, some car will pull up and you'll get a space there. So once you have a strong thought and feel happy about that thought, the whole universe will make sure that it will happen in your life through the principle called law of attraction. That's what we call law of attraction. So it's not just a faith thing or a religious thing. It's scientifically getting proved now. So the thoughts are very powerful now. We have to understand about that. So one thing we should understand about is that how many of you have goals in your life? When I go into the college and interact with the students, similar things. I do just the same with many of the students, many of the colleges. Many of them are not very clear what they want in life. If I ask, do you have any goals? 90% of the students don't have a clarity. But if I ask, how many of you have wishes in your life? All of them will have wishes. For that, we should understand what is the difference between a wish and a goal, and what it make changes in our life. What is a wish? Wish no na agraham, goal no na laksham. So what is the difference? The moment, think about how many of you have wishes to have a car of your own after your studies? Many of you have wish. So it's only remain as a wish unless you set it as a goal. So you think that I want a car. That is my wish. I should get a good job. These are all wishes. If you have a wish to have a car, how to make it a goal? Put a time frame. I will have a car in next 3 years. The moment you put time frame for your wish, it becomes a goal. Why goal is very important in life, I will explain in detail. That's why Dr. Abdul Kalam always talk about setting goals. Dream your goals. So first you have to create a goal, then only you can dream. So if you don't have a goal, what you can dream? So the thing is that why it is important, first, all your wishes in your life. I want this, I want a beautiful girl, I want a beautiful car, I want a beautiful house. Instead of, there may be many wishes, make it a short time, long time, medium time, all your wishes, put a time frame, put a time for each and every wishes what you have. When you put a time frame, it's become a goal. You create a goals in your life, where you want to reach. So the thing is that important is that many of you, if I asked you, I'll give you a small story. A boy had a quarrel with his mom and he decided to go out from his house. He had a fight with his mom and he left home. He started walking. When he started walking, after 10 minutes, he reached a junction, a crossroad. He was confused which way he should go. So there was an old person standing there and This boy asked the old person, which road I should take. Then the old person asked the boy, where you want to go? So the boy doesn't know where he want to go. So the boy told, anywhere it's okay. So the old man told, you take any road. Because if you don't know your destination, where you want to reach, whichever road you take, you'll reach. That's why it's important in life. We should know where we want to reach in life. Next 5 years, where is my destination? What kind of salary I'm going to earn? What kind of job I'm going to do? Otherwise, it's like entering into a bus without looking at the name board where the bus is going to take you. If you want to go to Cochin, if you don't look at the name board where the bus is going, you will enter into the bus. Wherever the bus take in next 2 years, you reach there. But if your destination is very clear, you look at the name board of the bus, where this bus is going, then only you will enter. Not only the destination, you look at whether it's a fast passenger, it's an express or an ordinary bus, because your time is fixed. But when it comes to your life, you don't know where you are going to land in the next 5 years. So whatever bus you take without looking at the name board, you are entering a bus. The bus will take wherever it is going, and you will end up in a place. And after 5 years, when you meet your friends, you will discuss, oh, he was lucky. He got an opportunity in Technopark. I'm not lucky. I end up in a party card in a remote place in a small company. So luck is created by your thoughts. First, set goals. Look at the destination where you want to reach. Then take the right bus, which bus will take you to the destination. Then you have a choice. The choice is always with you. It is not the luck it is creating. And we think if you reach the right destination after right time, we think we are lucky. So the thing is that's why Dr. Abdul Kalam always asks you to set goals in your life and dream about your goals. Whenever he meet the young generation, he always stress, dream, dream, dream. But nobody teaches us what to dream, when to dream, how to dream. So he's talking about to dream about the goals. It's a very powerful thing. Why I'm saying that now scientifically it's very proven. For that, we should understand the difference between our brain. For that, you should understand you have a lot of body parts. Who controls your body parts? I'm sure that you know that your body parts is controlled by your brain. Now the question is, who controls your brain? Because we have so many parts and everything is working perfectly. Our heartbeat is working perfectly, heart is working, pancreas is working, our kidney is working perfectly. We can say that our brain is controlling the entire body parts. Now the question is, who controls our brain? If brain is the hardware in a computer, where is the software? Software is the mind. Now we can say mind controls our brain. Now the question is, where is mind? Till now, nobody knows where exactly the mind is. Somebody thinks that mind is there in every cell in our body, or mind is covered in the entire body. But the thing is proven is that there's a mind, there's a conscious mind, there's a subconscious mind. And this mind controls our entire body. So once we understand how this mind works, it becomes very clear how to set goals. This is very important to understand. For that, I'll just tell you one experiment about what has happened. In a research program, the volunteers were called in. They were asked, you should tell in detail what the experience you have had when you have a burn in your hand. The experiment is that a hot iron rod will be kept on your hand, and all through your 5 senses, whatever feelings you had, whatever pain you had, whatever you heard, whatever you seen, whatever you smell, give in detail. This is a part of experiment, and the 10 volunteers came up, and all of them, in front of them, the burners were kept, and the burner was switched on, and the iron rod was kept, and in 10 minutes it became red hot. And all of them are asked, are you ready? ready to take a burn. The thing is that they will place the hot iron rod on their hand and there will be a burn. And all of them are ready as a part of a experiment. And before putting the hot iron rod on their hand, they were put it in the hypnotic stage. Hypnotic stage, your conscious mind will be switched off and the subconscious mind will start working and it will start speaking. So all of them are asked in the hypnotic stage, are you ready? All of them, their subconscious mind started speaking out. They told that they are ready. They are ready for a burn. So instead of placing the hot iron rod on their hand, a piece of ice was kept on their hand. And all of them are started crying. Some of them started saying, I can hear the hissing noise, burning smell. All of them, because their subconscious mind, they are very clear that a burn is going to happen, and they believed the burn is going to happen on their hand. So instead of a hot iron rod, they keep a piece of ice. All of them started in detail about a burn, because what they saw, what they heard, what they before hypnotic stage, everything they heard, they had a strong belief is created in their mind, and they was accepting a burn on their hand. But when instead of iron rod, the piece of glass has been this ice cube has been placed. They narrated in detail about a burn, but that we can understand because they are very clear what they believed in their subconscious will come out in the hypnotic stage. But after the experiment, few of them were having blister formation on their hand. How a blister will form? A blister will form only when there is a burn. Without have a burn, how a blister can form? They've done a lot of research on that to understand how a blister forms. Blister is to protect a burn. It will be a body fluid inside it. It is to actually protect a burn. So when a piece of ice was kept and how a blister is formed, they understood. In their subconscious mind, when they are very strong belief what is going to happen, it will trigger commands to the brain. Subconscious mind will trigger. The mind will trigger commands to the brain. So brain will activate the entire body stating that a burn is going to happen, react. So the entire body take a precaution to escape from the burn, to protect from the burn. A blister is formed at the point of contact. So from that they analyzed and understood one thing is that when a strong belief is created in the subconscious mind, the subconscious mind will send commands to your brain. The brain will activate the entire body and that command will be achieved in life. That's why you are asked to think what you want in life repeatedly. So it's created belief in your subconscious mind. That's why Dr. Abdul Kalam always asked to dream your goal. When you repeatedly dream about your goal, it becomes a belief in your subconscious mind. So subconscious mind will know exactly what you want in life. Once a belief is created in your subconscious mind, it will send commands to your brain. This brain, without your knowledge, will scan newspapers, will scan newses, will scan TVs, will scan all the roadside boards. Whatever you want inside without your knowledge, you are seeing so much data coming to your brain. It will identify what exactly you want because subconscious mind know exactly what you want in life. Once that is clear, the entire universe will open up in your front through your brain power. So what only thing you have to create a belief in your subconscious. If you want to become a billionaire, think that I am a billionaire in subconscious mind, repeatedly dream about that. Once you repeatedly visualize, it becomes a reality. Subconscious mind cannot differentiate between real and virtual. Once you see it repeatedly, for you, it becomes a belief in your subconscious mind. So this command will come from the mind to your brain and the entire body will react accordingly and make you a billionaire in your life. That's why this is power of. For that, we should understand that any belief in your life is created through your five senses. Any belief in your life, whatever you believe, it is created only through your five senses. It is the input to your subconscious mind. So if you give an input about your goal, whatever because if tomorrow think that you want to buy a car and you have to create a belief, I will buy in next 2 years. To create a belief that you will buy a car, the easiest thing to give input through the five senses, that is eyes. Give input through eyes. Give input through your Yes, give input through your ears, tongue, taste it, skin, feel it, smell it. If all these five senses, if you visualize your goal repeatedly, it become a belief in your subconscious mind. Means that how to make it? We are talking about a dream which is to be seen. We are talking about a visualization of your goal. Think that your car. We have to visualize your car through your five senses. How to and when to do it is before the sleep. When before going to the sleep, we are talking about dream of visualization, not in sleep. Before sleep, when you visualize the car through your eyes, color, and what you hear about the sound of the car, smell of the car, the feel of the car. You go and go your dream car and experience through five senses and go to home before going to sleep. Close your eyes. Experience your goal through your five senses. Feel it. Think that future is today. I had the car today. Feel that happiness. Think about taking the family members in the car and taking. You can have all the dreams about your goal, about your car. Once you repeatedly does this before sleeping, at least 17 times, it become a belief in your subconscious mind. Once it become a belief in your subconscious mind, it triggers thoughts in your life from your mind. These thoughts, as per law of attraction, what you think you attract in your life. So whatever you think, whatever you want, visualize repeatedly, it become a belief in your subconscious mind and it will become realized in your life. So that is called a law of attraction. That is what Dr. Abdul Kalam is talking about. Your goal, dream about your goal. When you dream, it become a belief. Whatever goal you set, it become a belief. Once it become a belief, your subconscious mind, that will happen in your life. But many times, instead of thinking big, we think small. The only reason of thinking small is that nothing else, the fear of failure. If I think big, instead of thinking purchasing a Maruti car, why don't you think purchasing a BMW car? One is thinking small, one is thinking big. Both are thoughts. The thing is that we don't have a belief that we can achieve that. The fear of failure. If I think that and if it is not happening, I will fail. That fear has to go. That's why this through five senses, if you make a belief inside you, it is no more a fear. So once you set your goals, big goals, think big instead of thinking small. It's only thoughts. So you can think big, dream big, and you can achieve big thing in life. So once you does that, success will be with you. That's why we want you to think big instead of thinking small. If you are thinking about a salary of 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, why don't you think of a salary of 2 lakh? It's only thoughts. Once you think repeatedly and visualize your goal that you are getting a salary of 2 lakhs, sitting in a office, getting a job, visualize the future now to create a belief. Once that belief is set, repeatedly visualize that if 17 days, anything to become a practice, you have to do it for 17 times or 17 hours, 17 days. So if you does that thought repeatedly, it become a belief. It's a virtual reality in your mind. It will send commands to your brain and you will become a great success in your life. So think what you want in life and there's a great opportunity. Now we'll go to any questions because it's a module which has to be taken in 3 hours. I made it in a shorter
Yeah.
time.
Thank you, Christo. It was an excellent session. Actually, I was about to tell you we need a session of 3 hours on this topic because all these, whatever you made in this presentation, doesn't require any investment of money, only our attitude. The positive attitude definitely will make us positive personality. I think all the audience will agree with this your proposition. Everyone want to be required or they wish to make success, but fear of failure is the reason why they are prevented from all their success. Anyway, thanks a lot. We will quickly go to the questions. Mr. Ganesh Gopalakrishnan asked a question. I want to maintain a positive attitude throughout the day, but sometimes other person's attitude or speech influence my mind and ultimately spoil the whole day. How to overcome the weakness?
It's a good question. It happens every day. Then you are in other person's control. The easiest thing to do is that you put a mirror opposite to where you are sitting. The moment, in whatever your mood, it will reflect on your face. Whether it is sad, whether it is angry, whatever mood or the mood created by others, it will be reflecting. The moment you see your face in your mirror, it will look so ugly. You give a smile because you are seeing selfie. The moment we take selfie, everybody smile. So similarly, if you put a mirror in your room and facing it, the moment you look at your mirror, you smile. Immediately your thought process will change. So it's a very powerful tool, smile. And when you are in that thought process, you will look horrible. Many times my secretary will call me and tell, sir, why you are sitting like that? Because my cabin is open. It's glass. All of them can watch my face. Many times it happens to me also. But once we realize that we are in that mode, I put a mirror, I can see myself, immediately I smile. So the whole mood can change very fast.
Thank you, Christo. Now, anyone would like to ask a question? You can kindly unmute yourself and ask question. You can unmute and ask your questions. We are running short of time. Christo,
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, dream big or think big. Sometimes we have some suspicion in our mind that whether we'll be able to achieve this, that target or goal. What is your view on this? Why this type of thought coming in our mind?
That thought is normal. Everybody will have a, if it is even sometimes it will not achieve. Nothing wrong in it. But a belief is created. Before achieving a goal, we have to create a belief. For that, repeatedly, if you visualize, because we may fail, but think about you taking a revolver and putting a bullet to the wall. If I ask to fire, you can fire anywhere. But if I ask this is his target point and put a fire there, you may deviate. But at least we know that's how much we deviated. But if you are very clear and visualize yourself that I will achieve, and there's a belief is created repeatedly, visualizing you are achieving your target repeatedly every day, that is at least 10 times in continuously, it creates a belief. Because according to me, I always debate on luck earlier. 15 years back, I always debate. I was very born lucky. Whatever I done, it was become a success. I have jadagam. Later, I understood that luck is created by our thoughts. Now, I stopped telling that I am lucky because whatever I thought at a young age happened in my life. It is realized what I dreamed. I am a dyslexia student, learning disability. I failed in first standard. Sitting in the class, I dream what I want in life. 99% of the things what I dreamt has already happened. So the thing is that what you strongly visualize at a young age or at a later age, a belief is created. So once you achieve what you believe, you feel lucky. So the luck is happening. The luck is because of it is not in our control. Even law of attraction is not in our control. What we think we are, the entire universe is influencing you. That is the power of prayer. That is the power of religions. So everywhere it's talking about faith, belief. So here also, if you want to achieve your goals, think and believe it can already achieve. Experience and celebrate that goal already. And I think it's possible.
Thank you. Many of our
Yeah.
participants.
Yes, I am Ajit Kumar.
Hi,
Ajit
Ajit.
Kumar.
Yes. Yes. Proceed.
Yeah, can you hear me, Christo?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Ajit. How are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. In fact, it was a great motivational talk from your side, and I'm sure a lot of students must be listening to you. But what I
Yes.
find, I find that is young students, MBA students, they don't lack confidence in them. They have got great confidence, great communication skills. What do you think of these startups? Because I find that all these young people, they get a job and they get good salary. They think that okay, fine, they will quit the job.
That we always tell our employees, think about it's a family. If you have a fight in your family, whether you'll have a third person involved to solve that fight, if your father and mother had a fight, or you had a fight with your father and mother, you will ask your uncle come inside your house and solve it. So I told our employees, let us be a family. When the company grows, you grow. I always say the other way, when you grow, the company grows. So your growth is important. And this made a very cordial relation with the entire organization. That's why we never had any problems. It's growing, and make sure that our employees also grow.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Kusto. It was a very enlightening session. We wish your Hycon group will become one of the $1 billion company, unicorn company in another
Thank you,
5 years'
Sony.
time. Yeah. Or to CA Shaji TJ.
Thank you, Sonny. Thank you, Krishna George, for your excellent presentation. It was very wonderful. You worked a lot for making this presentation. We can understand presentation as you told. Actually, this should be taken for 3 hours, but unfortunately, we have only 1 hour time. So you have to limit your presentation. Anyway, that was good. You taught us within this 1 hour how to dream big, how to think big, and how to achieve our goals, how to set our goals and how to achieve our goals. He also taught us how to overcome this crisis, this period of present day crisis of COVID by converting our fear factor to challenges. That is a very good decision. We, especially the students, will accept your speech and get a lot of takeaway from your speech. Thank you very much, Krisho, for your excellent presentation. Now I hand over the Mr. Sijo is here.
Yes.
Sijo is here. For the formal vote of thanks, I invite Sijo Pannur, our Honorable Secretary of TMA. Mr. Sijo.
Thank you, Shaji and Christo. As usual, excellent presentation. Most of your life experience has well been defined also in this presentation. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. I didn't see any reaction, so I thought, okay, you're not.
Yeah, we can hear you. Thank
we
you.
can hear you.
Okay. Sorry?
Carry on.
Yeah, so Christo, thank you. It's as usual, excellent presentation, and your life experience has been well tucked in your presentation also. I can see a lot of inspiration from Abdul Kalam, where you have taken the law of attraction, the imagination, the dream big, all concepts. I'm sure whoever listened to you would have 100% benefit from this type of topic which you have covered. As I'm sure all the students and all the TMA members who have been here, thank you for your time given for the presentation by the presenter Christo, as well as the people who have been with us. And I also like to thank Sony and Shaji for organizing this webinar. More to come. Thank you from my side. Good day. Thank you, Sony. Good day and good night.
Thank you. Once again, thank you all for joining with us and sparing your precious time with us. With this, we come to a conclusion of this today's webinar. Thank you very much.
So thank you all.